All right, cheers everybody. Oh, here's the Volvo. Look how dirty she is from sitting. 4 years sitting. Look how much crap. So I think I've made progress. I jumped it forward, the intake and exhaust cam, one tooth. Because, here, let me show you. And it seems to run better. It fires up better. Although it seemed to fire up pretty good before. I've got cobwebs and everything. This thing needs such a cleaning. And of course, I rolled the windows down when I got it running yesterday, and it ripped the window off the track on the passenger side. So now I got to rip the door open and try to fix it. And it sounded like it broke half the stuff that's in there. Luckily, the glass didn't break. But all right, let's pop this thing here. There we go. All right. I still gotta put the upper motor mount on. I didn't want to because it covers the stuff for the rear cam. And I haven't put these covers and things here back on. So what I had noticed from the last video, these were I had them all set. So everything was clocked and right on the marks, top dead center, crank was on the mark, like everything was 100% on the marks. These ended up falling in the center after you rotated them to the right, and they stopped. So, you know, turn the motor over a few times with a wrench, everything clears the valves, fire the car up, and boom, it wants to run and everything. In the last video, I was getting the P0016 code saying the intake cam, something wrong with the intake cam. So I went through and I changed out everything and anything electronic and double checked it 3 times. Not the issue. So then, where these were falling in the middle, I loosened them all, and I was able to take the intake and the exhaust cam, and I was able to clock them clockwise. And I'm like, well, I already had done that and put them at a dead stop. So I'm wondering, once you've ran the car, if maybe it kind of relocates it. But I was able to move them forward. And when I did that and I locked them back down, so they're in a position that looked just like they are now, the car ran better. And when it came down to idle, it was almost there. It's still kind of like the last video, but not as bad, half as bad. So then I'm like, okay, I've got to be off just like one tooth. So I took all the timing apart, did it all again, right on the marks, did everything, turned these all the way clockwise and locked them in, everything I could from the videos I've watched. Bam, it fired right up. Came down to idle and was still similar, but now it's popping a 16 and a 17 code, which is telling me the intake and exhaust cam. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta be off just like one mark or something, because the car wants to fire right up. It's not like it struggles to start. So that's telling you you're off like really minimum. And when you give it some gas, it wants to rev right up perfectly fine and stuff. So I took these and I marked the belt and I marked the gear, marked the belt, marked the gear, and I turned the gear, because they were locked out just like this, I turned the gear forward one tooth. I turned the gear clockwise one tooth, and because it was locked up against the edge here, it also, you know, rotated the cam forward a little bit. Now I put it all back together, I fire it up, no codes. The car fires up a little bit cleaner, comes down to idle, sounds really good, but still it seems like maybe you're off just a couple degrees, or just off just a littlest bit. So I came and I checked to see if these were locked all the way clockwise, and of course, once again, boom, I was able, because once I moved this forward a tooth, it gave me space in here. And same with the exhaust. But I was able to put the T55 back on here. I can loosen these up because they were in the middle. I loosened them back up and rotated this forward to the lock position of these. Now these still could go more forward because I ended up in the lock position on this. Tightened them back down, fired right up. It sounded mint, like instant fire right up, like perfect. Comes down to idle, sounds great. no codes, nothing at all. So I'm like, all right, I think I got it. I think I got it. You know, I'm letting it warms up. Everything sounds great. It comes right down to like 600-700 RPMs. You give it gas and whoop, right up to three grand. You know, I haven't gone past 3 grand with it. But so I'm like, all right, I think I got it. But the thing that bothers me is that these are all the way at the lockout point. I'm thinking I still have some adjustment clockwise with the CVTs that could take place. So because I didn't have the upper motor mount on, I just kind of went easily down the road, went through a few gears, came back real gentle and easy, parked it, and then I come out this morning, fire it up, and I'm in my other driveway. So it fires up, it comes up to 1500 RPM, sit there, comes down to like 600-700, sounds perfect. You know, you can, being a car guy, you can tell it's not 100%, but this car's got 240,000 on it. So put it in reverse and just letting the idle kind of pull the car back out of the driveway. I noticed it was wanting to draw the motor down enough to almost kill it. It didn't kill it. So I backed out of my driveway down here and just let it idle, and it comes up here, and this driveway has a little bit of a pitch to it. And as it started coming up here on idle in reverse, and it needed to pick up a few RPMs to keep going up this, you could hear it. It sounded like it wanted to die, but it wasn't dying. It was catching itself and pulling the RPMs up a little bit. So I had to give it just a little bit of gas to back it up the edge of the driveway here. So I think I'm close, but I'm wondering, am I off just one more tooth? Should I have gone 2 teeth forward? And I don't understand how I'm off so many teeth, because I've brought this piston to top dead center and measured it and made sure it is at the very top of the stroke every single time. It's got to be something with me setting and clocking these CVTs. Now I can roll through this and explain it to you, and I've watched there's like 2 different videos on YouTube that are really, really good explaining this. One of them is by a gentleman named Robert, and the other one I don't remember. Boy, I can't remember who it is, but I'll put it down in the comments if I do. But there is 2 really, really good videos, instructional videos on how to do the timing on these Volvos with the dual VVTs. And like I said, I've now done it, I don't know, 10, 15 times. And each time I get a little better. But what I'm noticing is I'm setting the cams forward a tooth or 2. If I put the crank down on the mark and I bring these around to the piston around to top dead center on the compression stroke, the teeth, the marks on the teeth are forward 1 or 2 now. I don't know. I'm just so crazy lost. So now I'm going by my own marks on here, because I didn't pull the CVTs back off to utilize the stock marks that were on the cam. So now I'm just going by some of my own marks that I've put on here. But I'm debating whether to jump this forward, both of these forward, one tooth again, and see if that clears up the last little bit. Because in theory, I mean, how much I was able to clock this forward just from jumping it 1 tooth, I think I could get the rest of it. Because, I mean, how much it was moving prior to, like, I don't know, just kind of estimating in my brain, I guess. So, I don't know. That's my idea, is to jump both of these forward 1 tooth again, like I did last night. Takes like 10 minutes, if that, 5-10 minutes, and see if that finally clears it up. I can't believe it. 4 years with no fucking car. 4 years. 4 years. Borrow and have like this rig. Can't register it. Can't inspect it. Won't go on the road anymore. You know. What about that rig? Can't register it. Can't inspect it. There, no title. All right. What about that one over there? No title. That's what happens when you buy a couple $100 beater cars, you know. Paid $200 for this one. I paid $200 for that one. The black one I'm working on, I paid $1,500 for. But yeah, what a mess. What a mess. But anyways, anybody's got any info down in the comments. Right now, there's no codes on it. There's no codes. It runs, it fires up, but I can tell something still ain't right. And like I said, when I put it in gear and was just letting it kind of on idle pull itself out of the driveway and down the road, it wasn't keeping the idle up enough. It sounded like it wanted to die a couple times. It brought it down, the idle down enough it wanted to die. But anyways, I don't know. I just went and picked a free pile. This car drives great and stuff. I drive it around the mountain here because it's just a couple dirt roads, and I can go to the country store, which is 2 miles down the road, or the post office, which is like 2 miles down the road. So I utilize this car a lot. I really shouldn't, because if something was to ever happen, I'd be in so much trouble. But anyways, I went down to my neighbor's free pile because they're moving, selling their home. So I expect some new neighbors here within a month or two, because homes here, they instant mint. They're on the market. They're sold within a day or two. But they're cleaning the place out. Huge dumpster up there and some really killer stuff. Check out the wicker, like, I don't know, toy chest or blanket chest, I guess you'd call it. But anyways, that'll be another video. Thanks for checking out the Volvo crap. And anybody that's got any information, you know, hit me up, help me out. Peace out, much love.